Hello guys, how are you doing? Saturday evening. Come on, open your cameras. Let me see what everyone is doing today. Or at least you can type. Use the chat box. Okay, so we'll interact through the chat box. And today we are going to have a lot of fun. Okay. Good evening, Swati from Hyderabad. That's great. Who else is here? Where are you guys from? Type your city. Let me see. Swati, I was a student 12 years back. That's fantastic. Tremendous. Good evening, all of you. And it's a lovely weather here in Bangalore. Raining like cats and dogs. It's cool. Faisal is from Bahrain, joining us here. Anirudh from Nagpur. Great to see all of you here. Amritsar, Ankit. Fantastic. Great. So are you guys ready? Type ready if you are ready today. Ready. Everyone is ready. Excellent. So the first question that I'm going to ask you is, why are we here today? Yeah. What are we going to do? Why have you come here? I mean, what is your expectation from today's session? It's a 2-hour session. Normally you don't have 2-hour session on a trot, but today you are going to sit and you are going to enjoy. So by 9, you will not feel that you have spent 2 hours. Okay, so that's my guarantee. Great. So let's begin without wasting any time. Let's see why we are here. Okay. So this is a career success masterclass. So tell me what you are doing right now, which career you are in, and what are you doing? Are you a professional? Are you a student? Or you are doing a job? So I must know in order to interact with you guys what you are doing right now. Type in the chat box what you are doing right now. If you're doing a job, you write down job. If you are a professional doing a practice, write down practice. Let me know. Somebody is running an educational institution. That's good. Natalie is in job. Anshuman is private means practice, I hope. Job in Bangalore. Kindly mute yourselves, everyone, so that we don't get a disturbance. So Pragya was working with a bank but has left 2 months back, and professional into banking industry. Fantastic. That's great. Namrata ma'am from Nagpur, son. I am in 12th standard. Great. Ansh, yeah. I know your mom very well. Event planner and CA final student. That's great. Great. So we have a lot of people here from different backgrounds. Great. Excellent. Now let's see. Let's start today's program. And what we are going to do today is, it's an introductory session of my whole class. That is not class. I'm a professor, so I'm used to say class, but it's a master class. It's for working professionals like all you guys. And what we are going to do is, gain knowledge of how to achieve success in life. Okay. Now, success is a very intriguing thing. Everyone wants success, right? Am I wrong? Who doesn't want success here? Is there anyone who doesn't want success? Of course not. I'm not even going to ask you to answer that question because I know everyone wants success. But so in these 2 hours, we'll discuss what is the definition of success. We'll see what exactly success means. I mean, what we mean is one thing, what it actually means is another thing. And how do we get that success? Okay, so these are all the things that we are going to discuss. And I normally tell students, because I've been teaching for the last 25 years, so many a times I interact with them, so I meet them mostly at the airports. Quite funny, but yeah, I meet a lot of my old students in the airport and they don't recognize me. Actually, they recognize me. It's my fault that I'm unable to recognize them. And most of the time, they look at me from far, and some of them don't come close. They are embarrassed to say so, because 20-year-old students. So I don't know why, but yeah, that happens quite a number of times, and it's good to know all of them. So I get to know them, we talk, and I learn a lot of things from them. So 25 years into teaching, and then last few years into startup. Startup is a unique thing by itself. So I'm getting a lot of experience there. It's like a baby. So let's see how it develops over time. Okay, so without wasting any time, what is the meaning of success? We'll start with that, okay? Now, if you go as per the dictionary meaning of the word success, it means a favorable or desired outcome. This is a simple dictionary meaning. Or the attainment of wealth, favor, or eminence. Do you understand anything? Normally, what we understand is achievements, right? So if you achieve something, you call it as success. But that's the crucial point. How do we understand success? So in this whole masterclass, which is a full masterclass, which is going to take almost a month, every day, half an hour to 45 minutes of interaction between you and me. And that will be a long process. But today, it's a concise form. So I'm going to tell you a lot of things today. Though we'll not do a lot of exercises, which we'll do in the main class. But here, yes, I'll give you a lot of inputs. So one thing which is very important is, feelings. A human being basically feels things, and that's very crucial for us. So in our younger days, as teenagers, we used to feel a lot of things. Then as we grow old, we stop feeling things. Actually, that's the problem. When we are born, in the first instance, we feel many things. We are full of feelings, and then slowly as we grow old, we stop feeling things. Rather, we stop ourselves from feeling, and that's the worst thing we do. Because in order to learn, see, we are born in this world, and we have come with a unique thing called as brain. So the biologists call it as brain, and we normal people call it as mind. So brain is the hardware, and the software can be called as mind. And this is the most important thing that we all have. And we all have, as far as the hardware is concerned, as far as the quantity is concerned, it's the same. We all have the same brain, the same number of electrons and neutrons and whatever it is in there, molecules and atoms, okay, and neurons. But what makes the huge amount of difference between all of us is how we use this software. So what kind of software we have in our mind and how we use that software, that makes the whole lot of difference. And that makes so much difference that today I was searching on Google, and it showed me that 1% of the population of world, just 1%, okay, owns almost 50% of the wealth of the entire world. 1% owns 50% of the wealth of the entire world. Now just imagine 1%. So if we call those 1% as successful people, for example, though I by no means say that success can only be measured in terms of money or wealth. Success means a lot of things, which we are going to discuss today. But for the time being, if we say that success can be measured in money, then 1% owns 50%, means that 1% is successful. And anyways, it is said that 2% people in the world are successful. 98% don't achieve success. So it's very important to know what success means. We normally live in, two minds. We all live in two minds. So we are thinking one way and sometimes the other way. And then there are a lot of gray areas in between. So there's black, there's white, and then a lot of gray. So ultimately, our mind is totally confused of what to think, what not to think, what is right, what is not right, what is good, what is not good. And then what happens is that we become inactive. We go into inertia. What is inertia? Inaction. You are not doing anything, inertia. So mind goes into a state of inertia. And then what happens is that we start living a life, a mundane life, a routine life. So we don't live for our purpose, but we continue to live as the life comes. Okay. There was one advertisement, I'll not take the name. Okay. So there's one thinker in US, Leslie Brown, and there's one famous dialogue of his, one punchline, which he says that normally people die at 20. They are only buried at the age of 80. Think about it. Normally people die at the age of 20. They are only buried at the age of 80. What does it mean? It has great significance, a great meaning attached to it. It means that we don't live 60 years of our lives. We are not living. We are living dead. So we live in terms of our heart is going on, our mind is working, but we are not achieving anything. We are not living for a purpose. We are not living for feelings. We don't feel anything. We just keep living. Do you want to do that? Do you want to die at the age of 20 and get buried at the age of 80? Write down. Do you want that or no? I want all no answers. Come on, I'm waiting to see the chat box. Pragya says no. That's fantastic. Not at all. Absolutely. And that's the reason, guys, you are here today in this masterclass. This shows you are here today, spending 2 hours, investing your time in this program. That means that you don't want to die at the age of 20. You want success. So let's come to the definition of success. What success means? So dictionary says that it is a favorable result or desired outcome. Whatever you have desired, if you achieve that, if you achieve your goals, if you achieve your desires, that means success. I differ. I personally differ to it. And this is out of my experience of 25 years that I'm saying a lot of things. I differ. What I define as success is that success is a process. It's not the end. It's a process. Now, if we don't define it as a process and if we take it as an end, then what happens? Let's see. If I think that success means if I achieve something, means if I achieve, say, if I am a student and I achieve a rank, number 1 or number 6 or 7, then it is success. Okay. Or if I'm business and I have a contract pending and if I achieve that, if I crack that business contract, or if I achieve a turnover, if I achieve my targets, then that is success. Then what happens is that success is very momentary, because goals are like milestones. You don't stop living there. Do you stop living when you achieve a goal? No, you continue to live. So the rank will come. Like I also got my CA result. So it gave me immense pleasure for some time. Say 2 hours, 3 hours, 6 hours. And then what happened? I realized that now I'm a CA. Now what I will do in life? I have to do something. I have to earn money. Come on, Farooq, you have to do something. So then a burden came on my mind. I felt more burdened than happy. Frankly, I'm giving a very frank statement here. And it happens. It happens with all of us. So when you actually achieve a goal, you get momentary pleasure. And then there is, a dawn where you realize that there is something else. So you don't enjoy. So success cannot be defined as goals. It's not achievement of goals. It is the process of that achievement. It's that whole journey that you take to achieve that goal or that desire. That journey, because when we talk about journey, it is about the moments. It is about life. We are living. We are living at this point of time when we are doing something. When you achieve something, that's just a tiny blot on the time scale. Yeah. But today I'm living, I'm alive, and I'm doing things. I've got my goals and I'm going towards it. I'm passing through this journey. This journey, how well I live this journey, what are the things that I'm learning out of this journey, what are the things that I achieve in this journey is actually success. Think about it. This masterclass is all about changing mindset, changing how you think, changing your definitions, because once the definitions are set correctly, then you start living the right life, the correct life, and you will achieve a lot of things and you will enjoy those things. But because what happens today is that we don't know what we want to achieve. Number one, we don't have clear-cut goals in life. We don't know, okay, how I measure success. Whether I am successful today or not, I don't know. So during this whole journey, which takes a long period of time, and then there is a goal which is achieved, and then there is a long period of time, and then another goal. So what happens is that we forget this whole journey, and we are just focused on that goal, which is momentary. I'm repeating this again and again so that it fits in your mind, right? And you understand the concept. So think about it. If I'm pursuing a goal which is say 6 months down the line, so should I not enjoy 6 months? Should I only enjoy after 6 months when I achieve that goal? And then for the next 6 months, I'll not enjoy again because then there is another goal to be achieved? No, I have to live life each day, each moment. Happiness, pleasure should be there. So success means small things. Success is in the moments, not in the final outcome. This is one way of explaining it. I'll tell you another way. What if I set a goal of achieving, say, 10,000 subscribers for my this program, Success Masterclass, which is inaugurated today. This is the first program that I'm taking. So if I say set a goal that within the next 2 months, I'll have 10,000 people doing this course, right? I set a goal. What if after 2 months, only 6,000 people join this course? What should I consider? Should I consider it as a failure, or should I consider myself as successful? Tell me. Write down in the chat box. My goal was 10,000 and I achieved only 6,000. So what would I say? The goal is missed. Surely I did not achieve the goal. So should I consider it as success or as failure? Type. Ankita is saying success. Okay. Pragya is saying success. Why? So everyone is saying success. Now you can differ with me as well. Have your own opinion, okay? Don't just say that because I'm saying it, so let's say what Farooq is saying. It's not like that. Huh? Partial success, okay? Progressive success, that's good. Okay, so I think this is more right answer. Partial or progressive. So I did not achieve the whole thing, but yes, I achieved something. So we call it as progress. We still call it as partial success. Now, if success is only achieving the final aim, then this would be called as failure. But you're not calling it as failure, right? You're still calling it as partial success. Means you are with me. You realize this point that success is in the journey. So even if I achieve something, I am successful in achieving that thing. Now, this is the first mindset concept that I'm taking today. Okay. And in the whole masterclass, we'll take a lot of these concepts because these concepts are very crucial, very important. You have to, you have a mind. As I started with this point that we have a mind and we all have the same quantity of it, but we have different software in the sense that we use it differently. And since we use it differently, what happens is that some people would say that, okay, this is success. I'll still enjoy doing it. Somebody would say, no, this is a failure. And I have seen students. I have trained so many lakhs of students, and I've seen a few of them who even cracked merit rank in CA final. But they were not happy. And you must have seen such people. Why they were not happy? Because they did not get the top 3 ranks. They came 4th or maybe 5th or 6th, and they were unhappy. And there are students who get that 40 marks, the passing, and they're so happy. I passed, I cleared my CA. Now tell me, who is more successful? A guy who clears with 40 marks, just on the borderline, and he's so happy. Is he successful? Or the one who came 4th rank, All India, and he's not happy because he aimed 1st or the 2nd. So he missed his aim. What will, right? So everyone would say this guy who has just passed and he's so happy, he's successful. So the second mindset training I'm going to tell you, very important. And this you must remember at all times. Our mind learns. We all learn since childhood, we are learning. So there are many methods of learning, how we learn, how the brain learns, how the mind captures the information. And that I'm going to go in detail in the later masterclass, the detailed one. But today, right now, I'm going to tell you one point. There is a learning concept which is based on rewards and punishment. Okay, reward and punishment. These are the two very crucial things. And if you don't believe me, then I'll give one example, practical example. Facebook. Facebook, everyone knows, everyone uses Facebook. Yeah. Everyone uses Facebook. Type it. Or Instagram, or LinkedIn, or any of these social media platforms. Do you use it? Tell me. Everyone uses, right? Why these companies are so successful? They are in the top 50 topmost companies, top valuable companies in the world, right? Facebook is one of the top 10 companies in the world. Why it is so? What is it doing? Okay. What is it doing? What is Facebook doing? It is using this concept of reward and punishment. Yes. And we are all blindfolded, and we follow what Facebook wants us to do. What is this reward? When you post something on the Insta or Facebook channel, you come back after 2 minutes and see how many likes have I got. And then again, after 10 minutes, the phone will automatically come out of your pocket and you will go on LinkedIn. How many likes? And then after 1 hour, how many likes? And if you have the girls, they take all the poses and selfies and all, and they post it. And then they're continuously hacked. Their mind is hacked by Facebook and Instagram. Right? And they have become billionaires. And this is a success masterclass. We have to learn how to become billionaires. So there's one giveaway for today. Hack minds of your customers. Hack the minds of people whom you want to influence. And one of the technique of doing that is reward and punishment. So what Facebook does, it rewards you with likes. So when you see more likes coming in, you feel the reward and you come back again and again. And that's how they earn money, by advertising. Okay, from the advertisements that company puts, because there are so many users. So if you learn that technique, and I'm going to tell you a lot of these techniques, and if you take any one of them, you'll become a billionaire, surely. Okay, so let's move. So the point is that success is the journey. Okay, you have to be happy. So how can you use this reward concept to hack your own mind? Facebook is doing it, Insta is doing it, LinkedIn is doing it. Now you have to do it yourself. You have to hack your mind. How? By giving it a reward. So when you achieve small things in life, say today I closed one single deal. It was very less valuable, not much. My aim is quite high, but even if I get, say, one customer, I should celebrate. Yes, I should celebrate. I should go out, eat a samosa or whatever I want to eat, whatever I love to eat, and I should celebrate myself. Now, what happens if you do this? You hack your mind. You know how our mind works? If it feels happy, it will repeat those things. Remember this point, very important point I'm telling you today. If it feels happy and content, and so that is a reward. Happiness is the biggest reward that we can get. It repeats those things. So you did something good, you said something to that client and you close that deal. You may not realize it. There are a lot of topics and very much in depth, okay, so which I'm going to teach you. So you have said something to that customer, and because of that, he booked your product. Now your mind registers this. You may not realize consciously, but your subconscious mind is registering this point. And when you reward it, when you reward yourself, oh, I've cracked a deal, and you're happy, and you call your wife or husband, or as the case may be, your girlfriend, anywhere, any person, your friend, and share that happiness with them, and they're also happy. So your mind is registering that, okay, this is a good thing. And then it registers those things which did, the points that you said, how you convince that customer. And then it will repeat that again and again and again, and even improvise it. So next deal, you'll crack, third deal, you'll crack, because your mind is repeating this success formula. It has learned the success formula and is repeating it. Why learn? Because of reward. Now just imagine that if I don't reward myself, okay, I cracked the deal. Then I come back to office and I say, it was such a tiring day today. Let's have a cup of coffee or maybe something else. You call your wife and say, yeah, it was a very tough day today. I got one deal. Okay, it's fine. But now I have to do 10 deals. Now, if you do this, what happens is your brain is not registering that this was something good. So your brain says that, okay, what we did today is useless. It doesn't mean to Farooq. It doesn't have any meaning to him. So it will not register those important, crucial points that it learned. It will not save it. And then next day we make same mistake. So your mind will keep making mistakes and you will not crack deals. You will not improvise, you will not improve, you will not progress in life. So reward is a very important thing. And therefore I say success is these small things. So when you say that success is the small thing, success is a journey, you become happy, you become content, you improvise, your brain registers and it repeats, it improvises. So next time you'll go and crack 2 deals and then 3 and 4 and 10. And after 6 months, you are the first and the biggest performer in your company. Understood? So make this a habit from today. Write down this point. Success means journey. I have to reward myself for small things in life. And that will improve my brain power. That will improve my mind. And I'll get more successes in the future. Okay? Do you agree with me? If you agree, then type yes. Type yes, come on. Great. Great, great, great. Excellent. So will you do this? Will you repeat this formula? From now on, make it a habit of rewarding yourself for small successes. So your whole life, your whole journey is success. Everything that I'm going to do today is success. Even if I don't achieve anything, I still learn from failures. So even if I didn't close a deal, mind still registers something. As a child, when we are born, and for a few months, we just sleep in that, and people have to carry us. And then we start learning to stand on our own feet. What do you think about it? We as a kid, just imagine, as a small child, you thought about walking some good day on a sunny weather. And in the first attempt, you stand on your feet. Did it happen? that in the very first attempt, you could stand on your own feet and start walking and then running the next day? No, absolutely not. Yeah. So it takes almost 10 to 20,000 times or attempts, you can say. So 20,000 times we fail. Thankfully, in those days, as a young boy or a girl, as the case may be, we didn't have so much of mind, I would say. Otherwise, today, if this happens to you, you go somewhere and you fail and you feel so much bad about it that you sometimes you don't go and repeat it. Okay. If suppose you had all this knowledge at that time, then you would have tried to stand and you fell and people laughed at you and all the elders laugh, and then you would have said that, no, I am never going to stand on my own feet. I'll just keep lying down. And what would happen? You'd be lying down even today. But we don't do that. We don't do that. So a child learns. So it falls, the mind registers that, okay, if the balance is like this, you fall. Next time you fall there, next time you fall there, next time you fall here and there and there and there and there, everywhere. And what the mind is doing, it is learning. It is learning the art of balancing. And then finally, when it has registered all the mistakes that you should not do, and it doesn't repeat those mistakes again and again, and then fine tuning happens, and once a particular day, you are able to stand. And then it further takes a lot of time, to walk and then run and other things. So it's all balancing. It learns balancing. And if you think today that you are the best person in balancing, let's do an exercise. Let's do an exercise. And this masterclass is all about exercises. Okay, stand up. Stand up. Stand up, everyone. Okay. So you can stand. Do you think you have any problem with balancing? No, I can stand so easily. Okay. Now, if you're wearing shoes, you can remove your shoes or slippers, as the case may be. Okay, remove it. Now, there's one yoga pose. I don't remember the name. I do yoga, but I am very bad at remembering the names of all the poses. So what you do is take one leg and put it on the thigh, and then you stand on one feet. Does anyone remember the name? Please remind me. What is it called? I think so. I'm not taking the name. Okay. Tree pose. Pragya is right. Great. So can you stand? How much time you can stand? Okay. Take 1 feet. I'll also do along with you guys. Okay. So I've taken out my shoes and then I'm my leg here. Yes. See, all of us can stand. Yeah. So we know the art of balancing. Great. Now do one thing. Close your eyes. Okay, you're standing. Now close your eyes. Close your eyes. Don't open it. Not able to stand. So you lose your balance. Right? Yes or no? So with open eyes, you are able to stand very easily. But when I asked you to close your eyes, very few people would have been able to stand. Those who had the practice would be able. Those who did not have the practice will not be able to do it for long. At least you will waver. Okay. So what happens here? What happened? Why were you not able to stand? Because, very simple reason. We have not practiced standing on one leg with closed eyes. Okay. So there are a lot of learnings today. So what happens is that we always walk with open eyes. We stand with open eyes. So when we are looking at everything, what happens is that, and then I'm going to talk about 5 senses today. So sight, my eyes are looking everything. And when it's looking everything, the information is going into my brain, and that helps me to balance. My mind is able to balance because of this information which is coming. So we don't know it, but the subconscious mind is able to see this whole picture and then analyze the distance. Okay. And as soon as I see, like if I'm moving my head here, so my brain is able to analyze the distance and correct me that, no, you do like this, because it is getting the information. It is getting the distance information and calibrating and posing. I'm able to pose correctly. But as soon as I close my eyes, that information stops. As information stops, what happens? Mind becomes blank. Now it is not able to tell me whether to move right or move left or front or back in order to balance myself, because it is not getting that information. So with the lack of information, it goes blank, means I become a child again. I have to practice now for a long time to stand on my one leg with eyes closed. If you practice it, you will master it. Understood? So such simple things. And then we say that, okay, I've become a chartered accountant, I've become an engineer, I've become this and that, so I'm very intelligent today, I don't need this masterclass. We get proud and we stop learning. Let me move ahead. So success is not achievement. Remember, success is a journey. Success is the essence. You know, the essence. You find a rose, so it's a beautiful rose, and then you get the scent, the fragrance of it. So success is that fragrance. Rose is achievement. Okay? But the fragrance out of it, the essence, is what I call as success. Or the feeling. Remember this point, we learn through feelings much more than reading any book or watching any videos. Feelings is your biggest teacher in life. And I'll tell you, and we'll practice some on that as well today. Then let's move. So achievement is the destination. Success is the journey. So focus on the journey, focus on the feelings, keep learning, and you will reach your destination much faster. 10x. So that's what we are going to learn. So we are going to learn the journey and how to improve it by 10x. That's my guarantee. And that will help you achieve bigger things in life and much faster. So let's come to another practice. What success means to you? Now you is you. Okay? Mithali and Pragya and all of you. What success means to you? Now, I'll give you some hints and then we'll do an exercise and you will take down this on a piece of paper and do it at home. And this will help you tremendously. This is, I think, the third takeaway today. Okay? So life for us has different aspects. So I cannot succeed in one thing. I have to succeed as a whole. If I get a lot of money, but my health is very bad, I can't even stand and walk, what's the use of that money? Except to pay my medical bills. So instead of that, I could have joined a gym and, got a good posture and got a good health. So I would not need that money to pay to the hospitals, right? So success is, it's a whole thing, not one thing. So what is that whole? What is that complete ecosystem of a human being? So one thing is your work life, of course. So what success means to you in your work life, whether you are doing a job or a business or a profession or whatever. So define what success means to you there. And if you are doing 2-3 things in life, you're having a side business and you're having a job as well as you're having some freelancing thing to do, then write down everything that you do and what success means to you. Okay? Then your personal life is there. But don't do it right now. I'll give you the way of writing it. Okay, first listen here, that what is that ecosystem of a human being? So second is your personal life, which can have your fitness, the learning. These days there is continuous learning. You have to continuously upskill yourself. Okay, so even if you have got a good degree or a post graduation, you have to continuously learn. Then your spiritual being. So as they say, that you exist on 3 levels: the body, the mind, and the soul. So body means fitness. For mind, you have learning, and for the soul, you have to, follow spirituality. So what goals you have in all these? And then you have hobbies and vocations and vacations. You want to go somewhere. Okay, my next target is going to Antarctic in the coming January. Let's see if that materializes or not. So that's my vacation aim or goal, you can say. Then vocations means your side activities, things that you love to do. Okay, somebody loves to sing, somebody loves to dance, somebody loves something else, playing golf or something. So what are you doing about it? What are your goals? Then, of course, the family life. So if you have a family, then you are worried about a lot of all the family members. So you need insurance, like health insurance and life insurance. You need investments. You need a home. You need education for yourself, your children, marriage, your own or your children's marriage, as the case may be, and retirement planning. So there are so many things to do. Okay. And of course, your social life. So everyone is a human being is a social animal. So we have a social circle of our friends, of our community, the charity that we want to do, the help that we want to provide to the world outside. So point is that this makes us a whole. And then of course you can have many more things to it. Okay. So this makes us a whole, a complete Farooq, you can say. So what we'll do is we'll do an exercise. So now you take down what you have to do. This is something you have to do today and continue to do it every day of your life. And this will help you tremendously. So you'll make an Excel sheet or a Google sheet, as the case may be, or you can take it down on a piece of paper. So write at this moment you write down on the piece of paper, then you can go and open a Google sheet and make these 5 columns. Number 1 is the area. Area means all these things that we discussed in the last slide. Okay, your personal, your social, all these things. So make a whole list of all the things that matter to you. So that comes in the area. Number 2 is the goal. So here I'll explain you a difference between goal and success. So as we discussed earlier, goal is the destination, something which you want to achieve, the aim, the goal. Okay, success is the way of doing it, the way of achieving it is success, right? So first you write the goal. Like I have given an example. This is my own example that, okay, I want to build a business network. My goal is that I should have 50,000 connections, 50,000 people in my network by December of 2022. The deadline is also very, very important. Your mind starts working only when there is a deadline. And I don't need anything to prove except giving one example, and that is exams. Right? Am I right? We start studying only when there is exam date. So when we did CA, of course, the exam dates are fixed, May and November. So there is May after November and there's November after May. So the exam dates were fixed. And then we used to, there was a countdown, like 26 days are remaining or 55 days are remaining. And now I have to do these many things. So the pressure builds on our mind only when there is a deadline. If there is no deadline, if suppose somebody says that, okay, you learn all the subjects of CA course and then we'll take your test. Will anyone be able to give it? Nobody. Because the course is so vast that it's impossible to complete. So unless there is a deadline, the mind doesn't start working. Fix the deadline. So set your goal, fix the deadline that this is the day when I have to do it. Nothing said and done. Okay. Then define success. So success, as I told you, is the essence, is the feeling. Okay. So for me, I would say that, okay, if I connect with a few decision makers of the big corporates, then I would consider myself successful. Now, say I'll give an example here and how goal is different from success. So goal is fixed, 50,000 connections. So that's a broad goal. Now, what is success? What if I get 50,000 connections? Will I call myself successful? If it doesn't solve my purpose, then I'm not successful. So another point, success is about purpose. It's about the feeling. It's about what the essence. So essence means the purpose. Why do I need this 50,000 connection? What is my purpose? Why am I building the network in the first place? That's the question. Okay. So we set goals. There are a lot of lectures out there which says, okay, set goals, set goals, set goals. But unless you define what success would mean to you. So I get 50,000 connections, but none of them are helping me out in doing anything or in my progress. Then I am failure. I've achieved the number, but I have failed. I'm not successful. I'm not improving because nobody is going to help me. Nobody is ready to help me. They are aliens to me. They are on my page, but they are aliens. So I'm failure. On the other hand, if I get only 10 connections, okay, only 10 connections. But who are those 10 people? Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, and so on and so forth. Okay. All Elon Musk and this and so all top business leaders of this universe today, if they are my connections, then just imagine what kind of benefits I'll receive, what kind of opportunities will open up for me. Forget 50,000, I get only 10, but I am successful. Understood? So this is a very crucial point. Another takeaway for today's program. Okay, very, very important point. Define success as what you really want out of these numbers. The goal is numbers, but what you really want. So I can give you a lot of examples here. Let's take a student example. So passing the final exam or cracking a rank is, say, your goal, that I want to rank in top 10 in my university. Okay, so that's your goal. But why do you need it? Why do you want to crack it? Just for the sake of it? Then that's not success, because you'll get it. Even if you get it, it's just a piece of paper. So then it's useless. You have wasted all your time in getting that rank, because after getting that rank, you are doing nothing about it. It's not helping you out. So that's waste of time. And we have limited time. Life is limited. Time runs away. Okay, don't waste it. Use it for the right purpose. So unless we know the purpose of why I want to rank, it's useless. So write the purpose. So that's your success. That I want this rank because it will give me an opening in the Harvard University. So I want to do PG in Harvard, and they require these many credits. And those many credits, if I get a rank, I get more credits. So it opens up, path to Harvard, and I get scholarships as well. So if that's the purpose, why you want that rank, go for it. So define that. So that is success. What success means. So your success is not what you have got. It is what it means for you. So set your goal and set your success, that what success means for me. Okay. And why? Why is again a very crucial point. Why do I need it? So you can say success and why are closely related to each other, but slightly different. Why is the hardcore reason for that goal. Success is how am I going to get it and what are my feelings. So success is about feelings, what I will feel, what I will do, what is the essence. Why is a deadly question. Why are you doing it? Okay, it's a sharp knife. It cuts everything. So it cuts everything means it cuts your wastage of time. If you know why in everything that you do, you will save 90% of your time and be 90% more happy with your life. Okay, because 90% of the time we do things which we don't know why we are doing it. Think about it and keep thinking about this every day, every moment, even after this today's program. Think. You have the night ahead of you. Think, why am I doing this thing? So make this a habit. Okay. Everything that you're going to do from this moment onwards, you think, why I am doing this? Why are you joining this masterclass? Why are you here? You should know it. Because why opens your mind again. It's all about mindset. Why is a very important question which opens your mind and gives it the right path, gives it the right track to think on. So you get the right results. Okay, why? Keep asking why. Okay, so these are the 5 things. Now today's homework is that after this lecture ends, you will write these 5 things. You'll write all the areas, your work life, your personal life, and go as much detail as possible. So in work life, it can be like, I want to be here in 10 years. I want to be here in 5 years. I want to be here in 2 years. I want to be here in 1 year. So deadlines can change. And according to deadlines, your goals can change. Then within that company, say you are working with X Limited. So I've got to complete 4 things. So you write all the 4 points here. Okay. And set the goal. Set the deadlines. What it will mean to you. Write the success mantra, what it will mean to me, and why should I do it? And then see the difference. And keep revising this everyone. So what you do is make the Google Sheet and keep revising it every day. Every day as you start, you go to your office, you go to your job or wherever, you just take out time, 5 minutes, and just browse this sheet and keep marking what you have already achieved. Okay. And what was the experience? So then you can add 2 more columns. So when you achieve this, you write when did you achieve and what was the experience of achieving it. Great. So now I'll move ahead. Next point is that, okay, so we want success. So what is the formula? How will we get success? So I define the formula in 4 steps. There are 4 things. If you make these 4 things, you use these 4 mantras, then you can achieve success very fast and for a long period of time, and it will stay with you. So the first thing is the mindset. Everything starts with the mind. Is there any doubt about it? Pragya is saying, please share the last slide again. So I'll just share it with you. Here it is. So take down everyone. Good. The one before this. Okay. Right. You wanted this one? Great. So basically 4 things are there. Work life, personal life, family life, and social life. Remember these 4 basic, the broad categories, and then you can write a lot of things in that. And in Masterclass, we are going to do it in great detail. You're going to spend a lot of time here, go in depth, and write all these things because success involves everything. Say if you have not made proper investment planning, you earn a lot of money, but you waste a lot of money, then you'll not be successful. If you don't get proper insurance, if you don't save for your retirement, if you don't save for your education. So what we're going to do is learn about risk analysis. How do you analyze your risk? What kind of risk you have? Because you have to safeguard yourself and your family, from monetary losses and from loss of life as well. So what kind of insurance planning you should do? What kind of investment planning you should do? So we are going to learn a lot of things in this masterclass. It's going to be a lot of fun. Great. So let's move ahead then. So as I said, the success formula is based upon 4 things. Let's see. First is your mindset. Everything starts with the mind. Even a child learns how to stand by using his mind, because mind is ultimately registering everything. It is your engine. If you lose it, the car won't run. Okay, so mind is very crucial. And I forgot to put one poster here. I got it made from my designer today, but I forgot to put it here. Just take an example. I give a lot of examples on mine, but I'll give a new example today. That you buy, take take the full example. There's a farmer, okay, who has been farming his lands and has earned a lot of money. He's a billionaire because he doesn't pay income tax as well. And so he's a billionaire. But he is using his bullock cart or the horse cart up till now. And because he has billions, so one day he goes to the city and buys a Rolls Royce. Now he buys a Rolls Royce. There's a big celebration in the showroom. All that that happens nowadays when you go there to get delivery of your car. So the whole thing happens, and the photos are clicked, and everything is there. And then the key is handed over to him. Okay. Now, once the key is handed over to him, the manager of the showroom is thinking that, okay, now this guy will start the car and take it home. So he says, okay, tata, bye-bye. See you next time after 1 month when you come back for servicing. So what this guy does, the farmer, he says, okay, thank you. He takes his car, he takes the key. Then he brings his horse cart, okay, which is standing outside in the parking lot. So he brings his horse cart, and then he connects his horse cart with the wrench, means a towing wrench which is there. So he connects the car with his horse cart, and then he says, okay, horse, come on, let's take the car home. So that showroom owner is surprised to see that what is he doing? He's not driving the car, he's towing away the car with his horse cart. So he stops that guy, the farmer, and says, okay, what are you doing? So he says, look, I don't know how to run the car. I don't know how to run the car. So how will I take it? So I'm using the horse cart to take the car home. Now just imagine, is this car our mind that we don't know how to use it? Just imagine. Do you think so? Now, if I don't know how to use my mind, then I'm just like that farmer. Somebody else is using it. Facebook is using your mind. Instagram is using your mind because they know how to use it and you don't. Politicians are using our minds. Our friends are using our minds. Family people use our minds. Mom knows how to use her mind. She gets emotional and then gets her things done, right? So we are slaves. We are slaves today. Our mind is like a horse. It's running here and there, and then at the end of the day, we feel tired and stressed. Do you feel tired and stressed at the end of the day? Most of us do. And why do we get stressed? Why do we get stressed? Because we work more. I come to office at 9 in the morning and we leave office at 10 in the evening. Now that makes it how much? 13 hours. And then I sleep for 4.5, 5 hours every day. But I don't feel stressed. Like it's 8 now, almost 1 hour of a session. And I'm standing here and I've been doing my work since morning. So I don't feel stressed. And I used to teach for 16 hours a day in my old days. And I can do it today as well. So point is that what is stress? Why do you get stressed? Because see, it's a horse. So if it runs here and there without knowing where it is running and why it is running, it will get stressed. It will get tired and then it will stand on the same spot that it started, achieving nothing. No reward, nothing. So that brings stress. But if you know how to use your mind like a trained horse, it will not get stressed. It can run long distance without getting stressed. Yeah, physical tiredness is there, of course, but not the mental tiredness. So if you're feeling fatigue, mental tiredness and stress, think about it. You're not using your mind properly. Learn how to use it. So that's the first thing that we are going to do in this masterclass. Learn to use the mind. How the mind works, how it learns. So there are a lot of techniques that we learn. Sorry. Number 2 is the skills. So once you know how to use your mind, the number two thing is make it learn skills. Skills are also mental, basically. So your mind learns skills. A lot of skills that we'll talk about. And these skills will help you achieve what you want to achieve in the world. Like driving is a skill. Okay, how do I learn it? Of course, by using the mind and the body, of course. So there are a lot of things that we have to learn. How basically, now with skills and strategies, what I mean is how the world operates. World operates on a very different level. So at one end, you are there. On the other end, the world is there. So you need to understand how the world is operating. And I'll give you some examples in another 10, 15 minutes. Okay. And I'll tell you that how those people became successful by analyzing how the world is operating. So when I learn to see the opportunities and encash them, it requires skills, it requires strategies. So those are the things that we are going to learn. And of course, make it a habit. Like in this past 1 hour, I have given you a lot of takeaway points. And at each point I told you, do it regularly, do it regularly, do it regularly. Right? Like that matrix that we are going to make. See it regularly. Like the mindset, 2-3 points I told you, do it regularly. Reward yourself regularly. So that is for habit. You have to form habit of doing things. So once we learn the mindset, once we learn the skills, once we learn the strategies, you have to make it, a habitual thing so that it becomes natural part of you. Then you'll not feel anything. You'll not feel stressed because it becomes part of you. Do you feel stressed because you are, breathing the whole day? Oh, I'm feeling stressed because I'm breathing. Of course not, because that is habit. You become habitual. So when you become habitual of doing things, you will not feel stressed. Believe me, and you're going to love it. Okay, once those habits are formed, the new habits. So that brings us to the course of it. What I'm going to take, I'll just tell you in brief what we are going to take in this complete masterclass. So we are learning about mindset, we'll learn the skills and how to exploit the market opportunities. And I'll give you 2 examples today, or rather 1 example of Bill Gates, how he used his opportunities. Then we'll learn career growth strategies and about personal branding as well, because when you go out there in the world, people should look at you. People should believe in you. People should have confidence in you. People should have trust in you. So how to build that? So we are going to have this whole program, which is a 360-degree program. It's not about just learning one thing. It's about 360-degree, complete. Okay. So what are we going to do? Just I'll take you in brief through this. So we learn about the behavior and learning. We learn about conscious and subconscious mind. We learn about 5 senses that gives us all the information that we need. And this is a beautiful exercise that we're going to do. A lot of mindfulness meditation and breathing exercises and lot of things are going to come. But how to basically master your 5 senses. Why we are going to do that? To increase your observation power. Okay, now do one thing. Close your eyes fast, and think in your mind that when you are looking at this video, how many plants are there in this? Think about it. Now open your eyes and see whether what you have thought is right or wrong. How many plants can you see in this whole image at my back? See, some people are saying 2. Now of course, you look and then say, Arshad is saying 10 plants. I'm not asking about leaves, Arshad. It's about the plants. Don't count the leaves. So there are 4 plants out here. One on this corner below my PPT, which is running there. One here. Then another one small leaf, if you can see here. So this is a 3rd plant, and one at my back. Okay. But the point is that you are looking at the screen for last 1 hour and 5 minutes. Okay. but your observation was not there. Your mind should have registered that there are 4 plants in this whole screen. So what is there in the screen? What all things you see in the screen? Where is the watch? What is the time it is showing? Okay. Now somebody would say that, okay, so we were hearing you very, with a lot of attention. So therefore we didn't have the observation. Yeah, that's true to some extent. But then for the last 1 hour and 5 minutes, and you don't remember, that's not possible. But that is a fact. And even my observation is not that great. I'll not say that, okay, I'm some master or something. But yes, we have to improve it. I am also doing it regularly, and I'll help you do that. So we'll have these exercises where we will focus on things, and we'll focus on all our 5 senses: our sight, our ears, the touch, the taste, okay, and the smell. So we'll focus on them, and we'll focus and we'll try to improve our observation of these senses. So you want to try it now? Let's do it. Let's do it in 2 minutes. Okay. And then we'll do at length later on. So close your eyes. Close your eyes. Do deep breathing 3 times. Breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. And do it for the 3rd time. As you breathe out, focus on your ears and hear all the different sounds that you are hearing. Just focus on the ears. Focus on all the sounds that you are hearing right now. How many are there? Count them. Focus on your ears. Then what is the type of the sound? Is it a motorcycle or a car or your chair? What is that sound? Identify the sound. Focus deeper and deeper and see how far is it coming from, and from which side. The left, the right, back, front. At what angle it is coming from. Focus. Just on the sounds. And see the pitch. Is it a freaking sound or a soft? See its volume. Is it hard or low? And the tone of the sound. And as you hear me speaking, focus on where I am speaking from. from the end of my tongue, or from the middle of the tongue, or from the back of the tongue, from the front of the tongue, middle of the tongue, or back of the tongue. And slowly open your eyes. And tell me what you felt. What was your observation? How many sounds did you hear? And were you able to differentiate? Yeah. So that's the beauty. Now, why do we need to improve our observation? It's very, very important point. You go into meetings. When you go into meetings or an interview and you're talking to somebody, because half of a business or a profession, whatever we do, 90% of it, not half, 90% of it actually depends on talking to people, right? So when we talk to people, do we understand them clearly? There's a rule of empathy. Yeah? If you can empathize with the other person, you can convince him much faster. You can actually, I'll teach you something in detail about conversational hypnosis as well. So through your conversation, through your speaking, you can hypnotize somebody. So you should know two things: how you should speak in order to, have the effect, your preconceived effect on the other person, as well as you understand how the other person is speaking, what kind of tone he's using. So if you understand these points, you can understand what he's going to say next, whether he's going to sign the deal or not. You can just say it by listening to him. Because most of the time we nowadays call on phone, so we don't see the face. Okay, so one thing is face reading. That's also so we are going to see the sight. We are going to train the sight. We are going to train the sound and our ears, and we are going to train all these things. So this is crucial. If you learn to use these five senses properly, you have a tap on it, you can do wonders. You can raise, you can rise, you can grow like anything, like a phoenix. Okay, then we'll learn about feelings and emotions. Most of the time you are let down by your feelings and emotions, because the feelings come in our way to success. How to manage those feelings and emotions, how to learn about them and try to control them. Fears, another big thing. Stress and worry. Comfort zones. What is the biggest reason for failure? I ask this to many people. What is the biggest reason of failure? Can somebody tell me? What is the biggest reason of failure? Write down. Write down in the chat box. What is the biggest reason of failure? Pragya says comfort zone. Self-doubt, overconfidence, fear, scared to fail, not wanting to succeed. Yeah, all these are there, of course, all of them. But I believe from my own experience and by looking at so many people, one of the biggest reason and the unknown reason for failure is success itself. And what success does is, as Pragya said, it builds comfort zone. So comfort zones are built because of success. What is comfort zone? Comfort zone happens when you are satisfied, when you feel secure, when you feel that, yeah, relax. So when does our mind feel relaxed? When it feels secure. And when do we feel secured? When we think that we have achieved what we want. So if you think that I want this and you achieve, your mind says, okay, you have achieved it. It goes into a comfort zone. And when we go into the comfort zone, mind stops, producing more energy. And there is a scientific reason behind it. Because the mind has a maximum electrons and neurons and everything, and it uses the maximum power We are electricity. So the maximum electricity in our body is used by the mind. And therefore, you must have noted that when we study a lot, like when I was doing my CA final, so I lost 10 kgs of weight. Now you said that, okay, I'm sitting, so just sitting and studying, I should actually gain weight, but I lost weight. Reason is, you think that you are sitting, but your mind is working overtime. And when the mind works overtime, it consumes a lot of energy. And therefore, mind tries to save that energy. So comfort zone has a link with that. When mind starts saving energy, means it creates a loop of things which has already been learned and the results which are already been produced. So then it gets into that comfort zone and it starts giving you the same inputs and same outputs. It doesn't grow. It conserves the energy. And you achieve the same results that you have been achieving in the past. You stop growing. So your outside world is just a manifestation of your mind. So we have to break those comfort zones and think more, think ahead, set definite results to get definite results. So then a lot of things, positive thinking, law of attraction, creativity, all these things we are going to see. The habits, how to make habits. So this is about the mindset. Then about the market opportunities. We are going to learn a lot of things like intelligent quotient, the emotional quotient, the practical intelligence, the genetics and personality traits, how your genetics affect you. And I'm going to give you a very good example after 10 minutes of this. Then the dynamic forces changing the world at all times. Like you are seeing, wars are happening. Corona came. So everything changes, and if nothing is changing, still everything is changing. So how to keep track of all these changes and how to keep ahead and, have foresightedness, how to develop foresightedness, how to develop intuition and be ahead of your competition. The future opportunities, how to look at future opportunities which are going to come. Then we'll make opportunity matrix like we just made our success matrix, SWOT analysis, what you are good at. And then we'll have a lot of other strategies like personal finance, insurance, risk profiling, whether you should go for job or vocation, what is good for you and what you are made for, the opportunity value and cost. If I do something and I don't do something, I'm losing out on something and I'm gaining something. So how to evaluate those opportunity value and opportunity cost. So all these things we are going to do. And finally, the balancing as well. Because after all, the yin yang theory is there. So life is a balance. If you do too much of one thing, then it will become imbalanced and it will have its own negative effects. Okay. So one is a work-life balance, growth and limit balance, how much to grow and where to put the limits, money and satisfaction. Should I go for money? Should I go for satisfaction? So all these things are there, which makes our mind confused at all times. So once clarity comes, you'll achieve what you want to achieve. Then there are strategies that we learn, like explore, exploit rule. I'll give you an example of that today. Networking, why networking is important, what networking does for us, how it brings success to us. Developing niche skills, like for example, speaking skill, how to convince people, how to develop a psychology of, an aura which influences people. So we are going to learn a lot of things. Then how to approach target companies, education, upskilling, when and how to switch jobs. This is a very important strategy which will earn you billions. Performance evaluation, career growth plan, drafting your CV and resume. That's one of the things that our startup is doing. So I'll tell more about it later on. Then interview skills and all. And last, we'll also have personal branding topics, the authority amplifiers, positioning, how you position yourself, what is your brand voice. And this is about personal branding, not the product branding. Build credibility in the market and achieving thought leadership so that people come to you for all their problems, with all their problems. And so all these things, of course, we are going to do. I'm not going to waste too much time there. How we are going to learn? So there'll be live and on-demand videos. So from next week, I'll be starting with live videos. They will be then available on demand for future viewing. We'll have a lot of activities and quizzes, like we did 2 or 3 activities today. One was mindfulness meditation. Live interactive webinars will be there from time to time. We are building this on a global scale. So this is just the start, and you guys are the first adapters, you can say. So you guys are the first one, the foremost one. And then in time to come, we'll have a lot of people from across the globe. I'm going to take these lectures in colleges and universities as well as corporates. So they will also join. So you'll be part of a big network in time to come. And you'll get all the exclusive advantages of that network. The connections that you're going to make is tremendous. And there'll be separate videos coming to your email. And the course will be valid for complete 1 year. So it is an annual program. And then you can renew it for another 1 year. But what's needed? If you want to join this course, then what's needed of you? I need some things. I don't want people to just, come and spend money and don't get anything out of it. Because this is a success program. If you don't succeed in the program itself, how you're going to succeed in life? So there are certain prerequisites for joining this course. Number one is the desire to excel. Do you have the desire to excel? If yes, then only join this course. Dedication to improve. You should have that dedication. Discipline to stay consistent and make habits. If you learn good things and if you don't do anything, it's useless. Okay? You'll waste your time and money. Don't join. Trust on yourself and on the techniques that I'm going to teach you. Take ownership of your life and actions. Stop blaming people. Stop complaining. Take ownership. Whatever I do, I will get the results. If I don't get, it's because of me, nobody else. Okay? Take ownership. Ownership is a very important thing. And readiness to change. Because we'll change mindset, we'll change habits, we'll change our skills and beliefs. Okay? So if you are ready with that and you want to excel, move, grow big, then take this course. Otherwise, don't. Okay. So that was about the course. Now let's come back. So I'm not finished today. I want to give you more things today. So there are certain things that we'll discuss. So one is definition of career. As this is a career success, what career means? So obviously, it means you can be a doctor, or a CA means a profession. You can be an occupation. You can do your own trade or business, manufacturing, or you can be in a vocation like an artist, sportsman. This course is for everyone. Now, why it is important to get success in your company? Why it is important? Some people don't. And I started the lecture with this concept of why. You should know why. Why you would join this course. Why you should be successful. What is so important about it? So I'll give you 5 reasons that you should be successful. Number one is that it defines your purpose of life. If you don't have a purpose, or you have not identified it till now, it's because you have not focused. It's because you have not thought about it. And if you don't have a purpose, then as Leslie Brown says, you die at 20 and you only get buried at 80. And you said that you don't want to do that. So because we'll give importance to our career, we'll find a purpose to it. Finding a purpose of life is very crucial. Number 2, of course, to earn money. And why do you earn money? Basically, why do you earn money? Is it just for your luxury? No. So this is again a matrix that I'm going to teach you in detail later on. So out of all the money that you earn, 40% goes into living expenses. This should be the normal division. You save 20% for the future, for your retirement, etc. 20% for your contingencies, by which you can take insurance and all. And 20% goes back to the community in the form of donations or whatever, doing some good things for the community. So if you follow this matrix, so today, again, an exercise we'll do, write down whatever you are earning today, okay, and do this calculation. So if you're earning, say, 1 lakh a month, Is this the way you are dividing your income? Are you spending 40% on your living, which can include your rent of the house and your food expenses and other things, including your vacation and all? 20% goes into saving. Are you saving 20% today? 20%. And this is after tax money I'm talking about, right? Obviously. So first you have to pay the government the taxes, the fine for earning money, the penalty for earning money is called as tax. And I was a tax teacher for 25 years. So are you planning in this way? If not, then there is something gravely wrong. Okay, you have to plan it this way so that you have a long-term objective in mind. You have to have your savings, you have to have your insurance and all and everything. So plan it accordingly. Okay, so make your plan. Number 3 is reputation and status. So through our career, we are also getting reputation and status. So this is a great man of this country, right? Everyone knows him, Professor Abdul Kalam. So he did not earn a lot of money, but yes, whatever he earned, he gave it back to the society. And as I read about him, that he had only a few, couple of, shirts and pants at the time when he died. Nothing much, no material possessions. He gave back everything to the society. And the most important thing he gave back to the society is his mind, is all his values. So, and therefore he is so reputed today. So do you want to achieve that? Or it defines your identity. Yes, your career defines your identity, who you are. So sometimes you and your career are inseparable. Like today, I am not that great as Dilip Kumar or Amitabh Bachchan, but yes, students identify me with my profession. That is a teacher. Farooq means a teacher, right? So that's your identity. And today I meet so many people out there, my old students. I'm not able to recognize them, but they do, and they respect me. And that's the biggest thing I can say that I've achieved in life. And of course, your profession, your career is also about living your passion. If you don't live your passion, then why are you doing everything in life? So after all, passion matters. So we learn all these things in detail. So this is why it is important for you, to build a career and to build it in a fine manner, in a strong manner, in a growing manner, with a lot of passion. Okay, now another takeaway for today. So when we'll talk about mind, we'll talk about all these things. Energy. You know what is energy and why it is so important? So as I said, your mind uses the most of the energy in your body. And then we feel tired. So I was hearing a psychologist the other day on YouTube. There was a lecture. And he said that the electrons, the molecules and atoms that we have in our body can produce so much energy that it can make us reach the sun. Now just think about this atomic energy. Yeah. So all these nuclear plants and all. So from one atom, they can produce so much energy, and we have got millions and millions of atoms. How can we say that I lack energy? How can we say I'm tired or I'm stressed out? Not possible. Right? So we are storehouse of energy. Only thing is, we don't know how to use it. We are not channelizing it. And therefore, we feel stress. So we learn how to use energy. Then flow and rhythm is also something which is very important. Very important. You know why my students used to like me so much? I'm not claiming it, but yes, to the extent that they told me. It is because, the way I talk. So in the last 1 hour and 30 minutes that we have done till now, we started at 7 and now it is 8:30. Did you feel tired? Did you feel that time has passed? 1.5 hours is quite big. Even Amitabh Bachchan or Shah Rukh Khan needs a break in between, right? So the point is that I speak in a very different way. I use a lot of punches and then a lot of pauses, and I modulate my voice here and there. So I build a flow of energy. Energy needs a flow, right? So these all things are interrelated. When I build a flow, a very natural flow of it, what happens is that it captivates your mind. This is what I'll teach you later on. It's conversational hypnosis. And when that happens, you get, you don't have control of your mind. It's hijacked by me. And I can keep it hijacked for hours and hours and hours. There were classes which I used to take for 14 hours and 16 hours a day, and students used to sit there and would not move from their seats. And I can do it. So I'm going to teach you these techniques. Okay. So rhythm and flow is very important. I'll teach you about that. And now 2 examples we'll see. So I just told you some time back that genetics is very important. So this is a very, very crucial example about a story about 2 players, 2 Olympic players. One is Michael Phelps. He was in swimming and everyone would have known him. I hope so. Who knows Michael Phelps? You can write in the chat box. Who was Michael Phelps? Of course, a swimmer, right? And the second one is Farooq. Okay. Now, this Michael Phelps has played in 5 Olympic Games. 5. And just consider Olympics comes after 4 years. So 5 Olympics means 20 years, career span of 20 years. That's huge. Nobody else plays in so many Olympic Games. Yeah, our cricketers play for years together because that's not that much, on your body. But in Olympics, it's quite difficult. But this guy played in 5 Olympic Games and won 28 medals. That is the world record till date, out of which 23 were gold, 3 silver, 2 bronze. And the second one is Hisham Al-Gharouj. He's a running specialist. He has won 2 golds, okay, in long distance running, 1500 meters and 5000 meters. Now, why Michael Phelps succeeded so much? And let's see what will happen if Michael Phelps and Hisham Al-Gharouj change their sport. Will they succeed? Okay, so this is a very crucial point. We choose our careers, right? Question is, are we in the right career? Have we chosen the right one? If we choose a wrong one, we are never going to succeed. So choosing a right career path is also very important for success. Okay. So what Michael Phelps is, his span of his arms. So the crucial point of Michael Phelps is his genetics, the way his body is made. So he has a long torso. Torso means from waist till your head. It is long as compared to his legs. So his legs are short. His torso is much bigger as compared to his legs. In all, he is 6.4 inches long. And as his torso is long, so his hands are also long. He's got very long hands. And that is what is required in swimming. The wingspan, as it is written there, is huge. Nobody else has that much wingspan. And therefore, naturally, he's going to win. A lot of points to be taken here. Now, all of us, of course, don't depend on our body. Sports, yeah, sports. For sports, if you want to make a career in sports, then body becomes very important for you. But not for other things in life. Okay. But still, you have your genetics, which are important for every aspect of life. So you have to understand your genetics. You have to understand your personality traits and then make a career around it. And your chances of success improves tremendously. If you don't do that, then you'll always be struggling. Albert Einstein, there's a quote of Albert Einstein, though it is debatable whether it is his quote or people have attributed to him. where he says that you cannot judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree. Of course, a fish is not made to climb a tree. And if you make it climb a tree, it will look stupid. It will never be able to do it. It will fail every time. It will go into a self-doubt, and that self-doubt will become fear, and fear will become a phobia, and it will die. Similarly, if you ask a bird to swim and catch a fish deep down 20 meters, it will not be able to do it, right? So that's the point. Your career and you have to match, and we'll study how to do that. Okay, so that's Michael Phelps. Hisham al-Gharouj, on the other hand, has long legs, so therefore he's a runner, because runner needs long legs so that the span that they cover in each step is bigger, so they can reach the destination in lesser number of steps and much faster. So if you compare, their legs are actually the same. So this guy is 6'4", and that guy is hardly 5'8". Okay. So that's the point. So Hisham is 5 feet and 9 inches. Phelps is 6 feet and 4 inches. But the point is that Hisham has longer legs, which makes him a runner, and Phelps has a longer torso, which makes him a good swimmer. Now tell me, if they change their sport, will they win? Is there even a chance of winning? No. Absolutely not. So they would have been ordinary people like us. If I go and play in Olympics, what will happen? I'll come last. So Phelps would also come last in a running race. So how do you achieve success? Success involves two things: you and the forces of nature. What is out there and who you are. When these two match, you become successful. So success is like riding a wave. Have you ever gone to a resort or something? But in India, actually, we don't have these many waves. We don't have stronger winds. So even I've gone to Goa many number of times, but we have short waves. So it's not possible to, do surfing. But if you go to Australia and Brazil and US and even Ireland, though Ireland is very choppy, so they have big waves, and the sport is very famous there. So I say the success is like riding a wave. Okay. If you ride along with the wave, then you get joy and it becomes exciting. But what if you ride against it? The wave is coming like this, and if you ride against it, what is going to happen? It will crush you down. And you will feel struggle, pain, and dissatisfaction, nothing else. So therefore, it's so important to ride the wave along with it. And this is an analogy that I'm giving you. Try to apply it in your real life. From tomorrow, make it a habit of checking out whatever you're doing in life, whatever your career is, whether you're doing practice or job or whatever. See whether you are riding with the wave. Where is the wave moving today in terms of the market? What are the things that are coming up? E-commerce, blockchain, artificial intelligence, data analytics, agriculture, drone technology, and so on and so forth. So I can go on and on and on. These are the things that are moving ahead. There are waves building here. A wave starts and then it moves up and then it comes down as well. Every wave has a starting point and the end point, and there's a peak. You have to join that wave at the starting, run it up to the peak, and before it crashes on you, you have to get out. That is success formula. Just think about it. You have to join when the wave begins, ride with it till the top, till the peak, come out when it is coming down. Apply this formula to everything that you do in life, including stock market. Do you invest in stock markets? When do you invest? When the wave begins. When do you come out? When it starts coming down, right? That is what the stockbrokers tell us. So you can apply this formula anywhere in life, including your careers. Where are you today? Is it a wave? Is it at the peak? Is it going down? Is it going up? Where you are? If nothing is happening, please get out of it and join a wave. If you want to become successful, you have to join a wave. If you are swimming in flat sea, you will never become successful. So you means your genetics, your traits, and your skills. The wave means the window of opportunity that you get out there in the world. Like AI is rising. Are you in AI? If not, think about it. Should you be there? Strategy: enter at the right time, ride it till the top, till the peak, exit, and do something else. Find another wave. Don't get stuck. This world is not anymore for people who join a company and retire at the age of 60 from that company. No, it's not like that. You'll never achieve success. So forces that matter are circumstances, competition, and connections. These are the three things which are very important. So this is another takeaway for today's program. What are the circumstances prevailing today for you and the world out there? Understand those circumstances. Our circumstances create opportunities. Okay. COVID came, created huge opportunity for pharma companies. And some of them became like billionaires. Adar Poonawalla. Okay. So whatever the circumstances, whether the circumstances are good or bad, it will create opportunity. You have to identify them. Number two, competition. Wherever you go in life, you will have competition. There is no place which doesn't have competition. So whether you're doing CA, whether you're doing any other course, whether you are applying for a job, there are 400 applications for one single job. There are thousands of applications for government job. So there will be competition. How you will be ahead of that competition is very crucial. Identify your skills. Your skills are the only things which put you ahead of the competition. Build those skills and make connections. Networking that I was talking about. Network is very important, very crucial. So let's talk about Bill Gates. Now here you can see Bill Gates and Steve Jobs. Can you identify? Bill Gates is identifiable. Most people don't recognize Steve Jobs here. So this is in their early days, college days. Okay. Now there is a very crucial thing that I'm going to tell you. Steve Jobs, who is of course, was, founded Apple, but unfortunately he died because of cancer very early. He should have stayed longer. So he was born in February of 1955. Bill Gates, who established Microsoft along with his few friends, October 1955. And of course, Microsoft, everyone knows. And his friend Paul Allen, he was born in January 1953. Steve Ballmer, who was also their partner, March 1956. And then this list goes on and on. I've given only 4 examples here. So if you study about these people, all of them were born somewhere in 1953 to 55 range. And these companies are still ruling the world. What happened in 1955? Was some astrological effect? The stars were very good at that time. So whoever was born in 1955 becomes a billionaire? No. So this example is about studying opportunities. How circumstances happen. How do you have to catch those opportunities and move ahead? How those waves are formed. So I'll tell you this in brief. Eric Smith, of course, he founded Novell and later on he was in Google for a number of years. Now this is a very old photograph of Bill Gates in his early college days. Look at the facts. They were aged 20 to 22 when they were in college in 1975. And what happened in 1975? The PC revolution came, personal computers. Now I'll tell you a little bit of history of Bill Gates. So till his 7th standard in school, he was in a public school. In US, you have public schools, which are very good. So he was in a public school. His father was a millionaire lawyer, okay, in Washington and New York. So in 8th standard, his father then shifted him to a private school. Now, what happened that year in 1968? This was in 1968, okay, when he shifted there to the private school. And there was a club of mothers. There was a mothers club of all the students of that school. So they normally donate some amount every year to the school for different purposes. So this year in 1968, they thought of donating a computer. So at that time, this was a mainframe computer, a big computer which used to occupy the whole room. So they donated that computer to the school. Okay. Now see, the wave is beginning. Computer revolution is at its inception stage. Okay, the wave is starting. Now this guy, Bill Gates, he was there in the school. So he got interested in this machine. Oh, there's some new machine. Let's see what it does. So he got interested in this. And then he started learning about it. And this machine was a bit better than the earlier mainframes, which used to have those cards. So there were these cards on which you have to, punching cards they were called as. So you have to punch by hand. The program was written by hand, punching. And then you have to insert those cards in that machine. So it was very boring thing. So nobody used to like them. IBM machines were there. But this was a relatively new machine which was connected with the main server, and you can program it much faster. So this guy Bill Gates got interested in it, and as it happens, the rule of law, the rule of life is that only 2% people become successful in life, right? So the whole school was there, thousands of kids, but all the others were interested in something else, because this is something new. Who would do it? But this guy, Bill Gates, got interested in it. So he was one out of thousands who got interested. And since others were not interested, so he got a lot of time to spend on that machine because nobody was there. This is how you have to, get or identify the opportunities. When an opportunity is beginning, when the wave is beginning, hardly 1% or 0.5% enter there. Nobody else does. Nobody else actually knows what is the value of this opportunity in time to come. And that's why they don't enter. Everyone realizes the opportunity when the opportunity is missed. When the wave is already at its peak, then we realize, oh, IT is very good. Yeah, but it has already crossed the peak. Now, if you enter, you'll not become like Microsoft. You'll grow. You can get 2% market share, but not 50 or 60% market share. That's the difference. So he understood that opportunity. He got into it. He started learning. So 1968 he started. Then later on, when he went into college after passing his metric and all, so he continued doing it. And as he was learning things, he started, writing codes for companies out there. As a freelancer, you can say. So he used to go to different companies and write codes for them. So this was what I call as a struggle period. So there is a rule which says that 10,000 hours rule. To master something, you have to spend 10,000 hours doing it. Repetition makes the difference. So no opportunity is like, lying, the gold is or the diamonds are lying there. It's just you capture it. No, it doesn't happen. You have to spend time doing it. So this happened. He got that time on the computers. And then in 1975, so from 1968 to 1975, he was doing all this programming and other stuff on the big machines. Now came the smaller machines, the PCs. See the opportunity opening up. Big machines can be used only by the corporates, only by the banks and state companies and all. But PCs can be used by everyone, even by small businesses. Means the market opens up. And he's ready to hit because he has got those 10,000 hours behind him. So he gets into it. He says, we'll make the operating system. He drops out from Harvard along with his friend, Paul Allen, and they full-time focus in their garage on building the operating system. They fail a lot of times. Failure is a part of the journey, but then they start succeeding, and today they are where they are. Right? So that is how you have to catch the wave. So how do you identify waves? See the trends around you. See the trends. Read newspapers, read magazines, read online journals, see what's happening, where the world is moving, where the demand is getting created, what is the need of the market, and what is the supply, what is the gap. Okay, what is the market size, the total of the market size, what is the competition in that market, what are the entry barriers, if any, like you cannot enter that market, you need some licenses or something. Your capability, whether you are able to do it, whether you have got that 10,000 hours behind you or not. Okay, and if not, then how to get it there, how to get there. Risk return analysis, the financial analysis, you can say. All these things are very important. You have to do it. Comfort zones. Sorry, what you don't need to do. You don't need to get into comfort zones. You don't need self-doubts. If you doubt yourself, the others will know. You know, these are two opposites, confidence and self-doubt. When you are in self-doubt and you're going to talk to somebody, he's going to recognize through subconscious mind, and he will never do business with you. So you have to have super confidence in yourself, but not overconfident. Overconfident means that you are faking. If you fake, you are determined to fail. So you have to be true, but confident. Then you cannot have fear of failure. All these points you had written, right? In the chat board earlier. You cannot have attachments. This is a very crucial point. You cannot have attachments. If you have attachments, you are gone. You will never succeed. Because you have to be very strict on yourself. You have to leave some things. For example, I'll give you a very simple example. So I am a fan of mountaineering and hiking and adventure. I've done a lot of adventure sports as well. You know, so what happens when you climb a mountain and you go on the top and you feel the bliss, the air, the cool air, and you know, all the mountain tops, you can see the ice and everything. But can you stay there? Now, there's another big mountain that I'm seeing there in front of me. Now I want to go there. But how will I get there? From this mountain top to that mountain top, is there a bridge? No, there is no such bridge. So even though you are at the top of something, you have to come down. You have to exit and then try something new. So that's very crucial. So if you build attachments, then it becomes very difficult to leave something. And then it affects your progress. So don't do that. Don't have emotions in your decision making, and don't aim low. This is another very good punchline of Leslie Brown. He says that the reason why 98% people don't succeed is not because they aim too high and miss, but because they aim too low and hit. Very important point to think. You fail not because you aim too high and miss, but because you aim too low and you hit. So when you keep hitting it, your mind registers, very good. You're hitting it, you're successful. And then you keep doing that and you never focus on the growth. Beware. Beware of aiming low in life. Then I'll give you another takeaway today. The explore exploit rule that I've made. So this is a very important strategy for you guys. So if you are in the first 5 years of your career, then you should give 80% of your efforts and time and mind to exploring. You know, keep exploring the markets. Keep exploring. See what is going up, what is going down, where the waves are building, where the waves are crashing. Like today, the wave of crypto is crashing, right? Get out. You should have got out much before. Okay, so waves keep building, and so keep observing, and we'll improve your observation skills. Keep exploring. 80% time, efforts, energy, keep exploring. 20% exploit. Exploit means what? Exploit means if you find something, if you join a wave, you enter that wave and you know that, yes, I'm in the right place, it's growing, then exploit. Do it. Get more money out of it. But 80% explore. Next 5 years, because you will get something in your hand and you are getting good money out of it, focus 50% on that, but keep 50% still exploring. Later on, in next 10 years, 20% explore, 80% exploit. Because you're getting some good thing, you have got that wave and you're milking it. So, okay, 80% focus, but 20% still keep focusing on exploring things. Nokia got bankrupt. Reason is they were doing the best at one point of time. Market leaders in mobile phones, but they failed to explore. They focus 100% on exploiting the market. And what happened? Out of business in another 3 to 4 years, because they did not focus on developing a touchscreen mobile phone. So keep exploring, because the market forces are changing. And another 10 years, or you can say then the later part of your career, the other part of the career, you should keep exploiting, but you should also keep ruling. Now, what ruling means that you reach a point where competition becomes very less. So then you start ruling, like what Google is doing today, what Facebook is doing today. They are ruling the market. There is no competition for them. So if you enter that space, luckily, then you can rule, but still keep exploring. And lastly, the last slide for today, the last takeaway is a few growth strategies that you can imbibe in yourself, learn them, use them. Networking is one of them. It gives you the biggest benefits. Networking, actually, what it does is it lessens your time to success, because you connect with good people. Now, whom to network with, that is also very important. If you network with people who are below you, it's a waste of time. It would network with people who are like you, it's still waste of time. You should network with people who are much above you, so that you reach them. You learn from them and they connect you with higher ups and higher people, and you get a lot of things in life. Okay. Learning, keep learning. Attitude, confidence sells more than anything else in life. So be confident, build a strong, confident attitude. Take risks in life. Risk. Without risk, there is no return. And last point for the day, fail fast and learn fast. If you don't fail, if you're not failing enough, means you are not growing enough. So there was a CEO of Netflix. I don't remember his name right now. When he joined Netflix, he studied the business and he said that we are succeeding in all our decisions. Whatever we are building is selling. So he called his product managers and said that, look, we are doing something very grave here. We are very much wrong. We cannot succeed so much. If you're succeeding so much today, means we are not taking enough risks. We are not exploring, and therefore we'll be out of business. So he said that, no, this is not good. Keep doing new things. Keep failing. Because from our failures, we'll learn what not to do and grow fast. So that's it, guys, for today in this masterclass, session 1. So what do you think? Lot of takeaways for today. But focus on 4 main important things that I told you. Build a success mindset. For that mindset, you need to explore a lot of things, make it open, and keep exploring, keep learning new things. Okay. And for what we'll do in the masterclass, the full masterclass is we'll learn how to learn first, how to learn. So we'll see how do you learn things. We'll focus on that. We'll keep practicing that so that our mind becomes open and more accepting. Okay. So keep learning, focus on mindset. Number 2, focus on your skills. make strategies and go out and do it, take risks, fail fast, learn fast. So if you have any questions now, then I can answer those questions for you. For the 3-4 minutes that we have now. Otherwise, I enjoyed this session very much. I hope all of you did. So you can type the question, or you can even open your, you can unmute yourself and you can ask. Adil Singh, are we going to cover the life goal as well? Well, I'm not going to give any goals to you. That's be very clear, because you have to set your goals. I'll only teach you how do you set your goals. Okay. And I'll help you. You come to me with your life goal and I'll tell you how to do it. How to do it and how to measure. So we'll set the goals. As I said, in the matrix, we'll set the goals, we'll set the deadlines, we'll set the success, what success means to us, why we want it. And when you write those things, you automatically will know that why I want it and whether it's the right thing for me or not. If the why is not there, then I'll say, okay, drop it, probably. It's not for you. But if the why is there, a strong why is there, then yes, you can go for it. Nancy is asking, what if I feel I am late in life and kids are moving too fast? Is the masterclass for me? See, Nancy, I'll tell you, life doesn't move fast. The clock is ticking at the same pace as it used to millions of years back. You are feeling left back because you have not kept in touch with times. Okay. There is no age for success. People have succeeded at the age of 80 and 90 as well. You know, the big investor billionaire, I have this very grave habit of forgetting names. What's his name? The investor. Who is in 90s right now in US. Warren Buffett. Thanks, Kaushik. Warren Buffett. Now, if you read about him, go and Google it right now. He has earned his big billions, I mean 90% of his wealth in the past 20 years. That is after he turned 75. After he turned 75, and now he's somewhere in 93 or 95 right now. So in the last 10 to 15, 20 years, he has made 90% of his wealth. So if he can make so much wealth after 75, I hope, Nancy, you are not 75 right now. Right? So start today. Start today, and in next 10 years, you don't know where you will be. Pragya says, I have spent 10 years already in career. Then what should be the percentage of explore, exploit? See, again, I think, Pragya, you said earlier that you have now left your job and you're now starting something new. So it's, see, this is a jargon that I've given, a general rule, the years calculation. But you can change anytime. And when you change your stream, your career altogether, then you start from zero again. But with a mindset and the learnings of the last career. So that stays with you, but then you are entering a new space. So it all depends on where you are and what kind of opportunities you are encashing right now, whether you're into it or not into it. So all those factors come in, and then you take a decision that how much time you'll spend on exploring and how much on exploiting. So if you have found something, like if I talk about myself, 3 years back, when I was #1 teacher for direct taxes and indirect taxes in India, and the business was booming, thousands and thousands of students were buying my pen drives, I was exploiting. Okay, I was exploiting. But now if you talk about it, I'm into exploring again, because today I'm into a new startup. So I have to keep exploring now. I'm not exploiting. So my 90% time goes in exploring today. After a few years, again, it can change. So it is a dynamic situation and it keeps changing. So I think we can close the session today. And I'll ask my team to put the link also in the chat box. So if you think that this masterclass is for you, which will be around 1 month time, and in this 1 month, I can guarantee you that we'll learn a lot of things that we ignore in our normal day-to-day life. So we have become complacent, we have got into our comfort zones, and that is actually harming us. It's stopping us from progressing. Our mind has gone into an energy saving mode. We have to, re-energize it, evoke it, awaken, and then exploit more things to come in life. So wish you all the best, everyone, in today's session. Those who have already joined, we are going to start our sessions on Monday at 7. Okay. Thanks, Amol. I am also loving it now. So we're going to start on Monday. See you there. Good night for today. Have a nice weekend. Think about a lot of things that we have learned today. And I hope you will get the advantage of it. Thanks, all of you. See you.